Florence today, and I'm putting together all that footage of all the different wildlife for you. So here it is. This is all the footage of the killdeer and sandhill cranes, Canada geese, and a few other furry and spiky things. So I hope you enjoy it. It's always a relief in the spring when the robins and red-winged blackbirds return, and I can hear their familiar song. Winter's a long, long time here, and just to see all that activity again is wonderful and reassuring. Another bird we see here every year is the killdeer, and these were I think they were young ones that were maybe trying to find a mate or something, but they were entertaining to watch. I hope this doesn't give you motion sickness. It's a bit wild and crazy. The interesting thing about these guys is they nest right on the ground, and you'd think they'd never be able to actually raise any young ones because there's so many predators around, but they're very good at the one parent sitting quietly on the nest while the other one does a whole lot of distracting to try and keep the predators focused on them and away from the one that's trying to sit on the eggs. We have had them raise several families here successfully, and I'm always thrilled to see it when all 4 of the eggs hatch and they don't lose anybody. I actually really love the Canada geese. I know they're common as dirt, but they're really elegant birds, I find. I love their coloring. And it's interesting to watch their behavior when they're on the land or when they're swimming around. We've been getting these trumpeter swans hanging around this year and the last few years actually, but I can never seem to get very close to them. And here's a great blue heron sitting up on a tree. We always have lots of these turkey vultures hanging around, and they're really quite impressive birds if you can get past the whole eating roadkill thing. Stars of this spring have been these sandhill cranes. We've hardly ever had more than 1 or 2 hanging around, and this year we had quite large flocks of them coming through. And this pair came out to the field while I was out walking Titan, and this one was hanging around with the geese So I think it was maybe less afraid of me than it would have been if it were all on its own, because the geese are quite familiar with us. So I think maybe it was more confident with me getting quite close. Raccoons are animals you're far more likely to see in the city these days than in the country. This was a pretty rare sighting for us. I've only seen a few of them over the years. We've been here quite a few years. It was nice to see one living out in nature and doing what they're supposed to do instead of raiding people's garbage cans. We get lots of deer around here and bunnies, but I find them hard to catch on video. And this was our porcupine up in the tree that I've only seen a couple of times, and was fortunate enough to catch these shots of it, but later it was too shy and I just saw it climbing back into the hole in the tree. So I hope you enjoyed that footage of all the furry and feathery critters around here. I'll probably have lots more coming over the summer and everything. There's lots of wildlife around here, so always getting more footage. And I hope you'll come visit again soon. Bye. Hello, coming to you from the woods today. And it's, oh, jeez. Do you mind? No.